Returning to the paid workforce after a career break can feel overwhelming, isolating, and just downright frustrating. I get it. I've been there. You think to yourself, are my skills even relevant anymore? You wonder if your time away has lessened your value in the workplace, and a myriad of other self-sabotaging thoughts. In this video, I'm going to share with you my one mindset secret that completely shifted the way that I thought about my career break as I was reentering the paid workforce. And make sure to stick around to the end of this video where I provide you with a resource that you're definitely going to want to check out. Hi, I'm Laura, and I help to demystify the HR world from job search to retirement and everything in between. And in today's video, we are going to talk about mindset. As I was creating my online course for career breakers, I did several focus groups with other women to make sure that I was hitting all of the key topics for my course. It was very interesting when I sat down with these women because there was one common theme that kept coming up, and that was mindset. And I actually experienced this as well, but I really thought I was an outlier. All of these feelings that I had while I was on my career break, I thought I'm the only one experiencing these. And it was really eye-opening to realize that women of all different walks of life all experienced these same types of feelings. And I'm here to tell you it is completely normal that when you go from a position that you are receiving a paycheck for and praise for, recognition and feedback for, to a role where you are giving all of yourself all of the time for no validation, it's going to have an impact on you. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, where have I gone? Where has my identity gone? Am I valuable still outside of my role as a mom or a caregiver? All of that is completely normal, and you are not alone. And when you're in that spot, you tend to be fixed. And that's where my mindset secret comes into play. It's changing your fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So let's talk about what a fixed mindset is as opposed to a growth mindset. So a fixed mindset labels you. You are just a stay-at-home mom. You only do housework and errands. You've put yourself in that box and you've set yourself only in that space. And when you have a fixed mindset, you're more apt to not take on the hard things. You think, what's the point? I'm only a stay-at-home mom. There's no point in me even applying for this position. And also, fixed mindset makes you think as though failure is a personal affront to you. That if you don't land the job, that you're somehow less than or you're not capable. With a growth mindset, you're able to see yourself as somebody who is here now, but has the ability to learn and to grow and to be whatever you see yourself being by taking actionable and tangible steps towards it. It also allows you to take on challenges because you know that you are capable of learning the skills that will make you successful when you do take on that challenge. And finally, a growth mindset separates you from failure. You recognize that failure has nothing to do with you personally. Rather, it's just a stepping stone on your path to learn and to grow and to eventually succeed. And where this comes into play when you're looking to return to the paid workforce is when you are setting out on your job search. If you don't have that strong, healthy mindset that encourages you to keep going, you are going to find the process so much more difficult. In fact, that's what leads to the frustration and to the burnout and to the moments you just want to throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm done. So what does a fixed mindset look like when we're talking specifically about a job search, and how can we shift it over to a growth mindset? Here's an example. You see a job posting and initially you're really excited about it, but then you keep reading a little bit more and you're thinking, oh, well, I don't have this skill. I don't have this many years of experience. And then you just take yourself out of the game completely. You have put yourself in a box of what you currently have rather than looking at how you can gain those skills. And when you do that in a fixed mindset, you've already closed the door on so many opportunities. In a growth mindset, you would look at that same job description, and yes, you would see the same exact things that a fixed mindset person would have, except you would view it in a different light. First of all, you would see all that you do have that aligns with that position. But more importantly, you would reframe the I can'ts to how do I? How do I learn that skill? How can I get some more experience with X? And if you have that mindset, you're much more apt to at least try, because you're not tying your personal value to whether or not you get a call for that position. So what can you tangibly do to help yourself grow from a fixed to a growth mindset? Well, the very first thing is to simply write down every time you have a fixed thought pop into your head. And fixed thoughts tend to start with, I'm just, I can't, I'm only, I don't. Write down those statements, and then right below it, write how you could reframe that statement. For example, I'm not good at public speaking could change into, how do I become better at public speaking? Or, I'm just a receptionist, I can't apply for this position, becomes, I do have all of these skills, how can I equate that into this new position? A second thing is speak to yourself as you would a friend or a child. So hear me out on this one. Imagine you're at dinner with a friend and she's telling you all about this new opportunity that came up at work. And she says, I'm thinking about applying for the position, but I'm just not sure. I'm just a secretary right now, and this is a program coordinator position. I just don't think they're gonna hire me for it. There are so many other candidates that are so much better than me. Just forget it. You would probably tell her to go for it and hype her up on what she does have to offer, and maybe think about how she can gain the skills that she needs to be able to take on that new role. You wouldn't tell her, you're right, don't even bother, there's somebody better than you. No, you would never say that. So don't say that to yourself. Or think about your kiddo. Say your kid came home from school and was like, I'm gonna try out for the soccer team, but the last time they played soccer was in the youth league when they were 7. You wouldn't say, you're right, why bother? You don't have the skills and you're not gonna get better at soccer anyways. No, you would say, yes, let's go out, practice, and get you up to speed so you can make that team. So that's what I want you to do. Reframe those thoughts and think about how you would speak to somebody that you love and care about. Because if there's anybody you should love and care about, it's yourself. And the third is to be consistent. The more often that you reframe your fixed mindset statements to growth mindset statements, the easier it's going to be for you to automatically think in a growth mindset. It's not going to be a one-off. It's going to be something that you repeat over and over and over until it becomes a habit and you normally are thinking more in that growth mindset state. And everybody is able to make the shift from a fixed to a growth mindset. Don't think just because you're currently thinking a certain way or you've always thought a certain way that means you have to continue to do so. When you're able to recognize your mindset, you're then able to have more control over it. And when you have more control over your mindset, you're going to have more control over each step of the job search process. And as much as I'd like to take credit for the concept of a fixed versus a growth mindset, it was actually brought to the forefront by Carol Dweck, which brings me to the resource that you're going to want to check out. It's the book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. And this is where I had my epiphany moment of, oh my gosh, there is a name for all of these thoughts and there is a game plan on how to change those thoughts. And this book covers all of the ways that your mindset impacts the different aspects of your life, from personal to business to school to relationships. So this is a book you're definitely going to want to read. And if you're looking to return to the paid workforce after a career break, you're going to want to check out my video here where I share my #1 job search game changer that is going to give you a leg up over the other candidates.